Part 2 of the last video. I didn't say last video was a part 1, but I'm gonna say this is part 2. A continuation of luxury isn't dead, because the fashion gods that have resurrected of the world that you guys say it's dead, they've risen from the ashes, and they are just bloop, bloop. You guys know Kirk Franklin's "Rain Down on Me." Do, 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 do. Like, it's raining luxury fashion over here. Luxury things are just, I mean, heavy raindrops over here. So at any rate, I'm so excited. My energy might kick up a little bit, so bear with me for this video, because this is the item that I am most excited about. And I just never thought that it would be in my hands to touch, to feel, like, to own. Over the moon. So without further ado, let's get started. But first, I'm Wil Mikahson. I do videos on luxury, fashion, lifestyle, and travel. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to join our family. You can do so by clicking that subscribe button and the bell. Don't forget the notification bell, because that's how you get notified every time I load a new video. Whew. The week that Fashion File was fashion filing and just was dripping luxury blessings on me, I figured I took a chance. I was like, let me open up one of those old tabs that I've kept open for years to see if this item was available. And you guys, it popped up on the Real. And I was like, no way, absolutely not. And I looked at the quality of the bag and I was like, do I do it? Do I not? Do I do it? Do I not? And I was just like, you know what? It's a leather bag. I don't care what condition it's in. It's the bag I want. I can get it restored. And the bag that I'm talking about is the men's GUCCI Marmont, I believe it's called a rucksack. This thing is huge. A rucksack backpack. You guys, this baby right here, you know I thought that this was a mythical creature. I did not think that this bag existed. I said it in a few videos that if it wasn't for that one advertisement that I saw, I question if this bag is real. Its only saving grace for me thinking it's a real bag is because I actually, when I did image search one time, it took me to Gucci's website and said out of stock. If that were not the case, I would have totally thought that this bag was just in my imagination, that I made it up. There's no YouTube videos on it. You can barely find it on a pre-loved market. I know no one, and I follow a lot of luxury lovers. No one has this bag. And I'm like, why? So when it came up on the Real, I'm not, no shade to the Real, but I was just like, I've seen videos about them, I've heard things about them, and I'm like, oh, you know, like, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? And it was final sale. The sale was final. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance. I pressed order, add to cart, picked this baby up, and when it was delivered, I was like, you've gotta be kidding me. Just like when I unboxed my Marmont messenger bag, the leather is top tier. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10. Highly, highly recommend, okay? I'm just gonna go in. I will tell you that when I will insert some clips. When I picked up the bag, I unboxed the bag, I noticed that the images on the Real were not super great. So when I got the bag, it was filthy. And I was like, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna send it straight to the leather surgeons or take it straight to Regu Brothers and get it worked on. And then I said, as I looked at it, because there were some spots, which you'll see in the clips, there were some spots that looked like it was like the leather was rubbed off, like on my Coach backpack. And I was like, no. Like, after further investigation, I was like, no, this is good leather. Not saying that the Coach isn't good leather, but it ain't this. So I was like, the leather wouldn't be rubbing off like that. Like, the antique GG here, absolutely, I get it. I was like, let me take a chance at this here and see if I can clean it on my own. I got some leather cleaner, and you guys, you'll see from the clips again, I got all in these grooves. I got those brown stains out. It looked like hot chocolate. Like somebody was drinking hot chocolate and got into a fight. I don't know. But the bag was just dirty, disgusting. And from the first look at it, I was like, oh my God, the leather scratch, it's compromised. It just needed a good clean and a good wipe down. And the straps, like full leather straps in impeccable condition. The handle here, great condition. I will say, I'll show you guys the inside of the bag. Let's just go over the outside first. So these outside pockets, unlike like with my Coach Hudson backpack, these you have to undo the buckle and lift it up and get into the front pockets that way. Like they don't snap, it's not like a faux latch. So that is that. That's on both sides there. And that latch right there gives you access to the bag. You lift this up. And here is one of my favorite parts of the bag. There's like a nylon, I don't even know what you call this. It's got the typical pull here, but it's got this nylon top that just sort of secures the items in your backpack all the more, just in case the flap flips open by a crazy chance. You're secure right there. For the most part. I think most things that would be in there would stay in there. So you pull the drawer cord like that, you open the bag, and you're just greeted with a real dust bag, the real dust bag. I'll take that out. I currently have it stuffed with some tissue paper, and just like the messenger bag, the inside of this is beige. Now I will pull it out so I can show you just how dirty this is. This, I don't know how I'm gonna clean it. And I don't know if it's gonna really show too well on the camera, but she's dirty, okay? Like, dirty. Not the worst, but it is very dirty. So you know what, I'll take this back out so I can show you what's on the inside. So the inside is, when you have this in, it's just basically one big hole. But on one side of the bag, you do have two slip pockets here. And on this side, you just have the reels information so that they know what bag they sent out and what the photos, because it says photo authorization. So I think they scan that and it tells you who scanned it and all that stuff. But anyway, so that is what the inside looks like. Two pockets on that side. On this side here, you do have a zip pocket here. The zipper is not the smoothest, but the inside pocket runs about 3/4 down of the way of the, like right here. So 3/4 of the way down the lining of the bag. So this is the bag, unstuffed, what it looks like, and this is how it came to me. Imagine it like, you guys know I love a slouchy bag. Like, I love that it came all like mushed and slouchy, but when it was dirty and it was like that, I immediately said, I'm sending it out to get repaired, to get restructured, to get cleaned, to get restored. And I was like, you know what? The GUCCI Marmont line, especially with the antique interlocking G's, which they pulled from archival Gucci in the 70s, this is meant to look weathered, okay? Does that mean the bag should look weathered? That's up in the air. But I feel like I don't want to get this polished. I don't want to get the brass polished. It's supposed to be antique gold. So I don't want to get it polished. The leather, I restored it. It looks really good. I just used some leather cleaner and it looks good. Like, I really truly love this bag. You guys know I've been wanting this bag for the longest time. I truly mean it. When I say that luxury is not dead, I feel like it's reinventing itself. You need to reinvent yourself as far as the luxury space is concerned. Is that shopping in your closet, right? Going in, restoring those bags that you no longer wear, selling some things that you don't wear, pulling those tags off of some things that you've been sitting in there hoping I'll get a chance to wear it. So I think that luxury is just about, most things in life, it's about reinventing yourself, finding new ways to fall in love with it, even if you're priced out of certain things. Most of us who watch these videos or who create these videos, we have access within reach to a lot of beautiful, beautiful things. And I think that one thing that the last few years have taught us, or that they try to implement in our lifestyle, is living in excess, right? Like having 1,000 Birkins and having all these shoes. And I'm not preaching, because I have a lot of bags and a lot of shoes and a lot of everything. But I did not allow myself the herd mentality of thinking, oh my God, luxury is dead because I can't afford it, or luxury is dead because, you know, designs are just bad. Okay, shop vintage. Find beauty in restoring old things. Like I don't know. I don't want to say having patience, but I feel like waiting for the beautiful things to come to you reignites your love in a different facet for anything, you know? And I just think, I don't know, like I'm not subscribing to luxury is dead. I'm not subscribing to quiet luxury for sure, okay? Because that to me is rooted in a lot of things. And one of those things is racism. Like don't get me started. Do not get me started on the whole quiet luxury trend. At any rate, I just wanted to share with you guys my backpack. I'm in love. I have my eyes on nothing. Literally, like I have my eyes on nothing. But like with these things, if something beautiful does come up, I will buy it, or maybe not, because I quit a job. I have so many things to tell you guys, but I'll leave it for you guys to ask me in your Q&A. However, thank you so much for watching this and my last 2 videos. I love and appreciate you guys so much. I cannot wait to continue creating here, and I will see you in my next one. And drop any comments below. If you've seen this in the wild, if you have one, I want to find out if I'm the only man on the planet with this, because if so, the value just went up. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.